morning, good afternoon, good day, whatever time of the day you are looking at this. I hope you are feeling well. Today we're going to be writing a simile, working on how to make your writing even more interesting. Now, just like this cutie little fella over here, you should have a pen, pencil, and some paper ready. It'd be even great if you had maybe a little workbook to work on these different pieces of writing, because I have lots of other videos that you can look at as well to make sure that you're having fun while you're doing your distance learning or learning from home. So, today, writing similes. First of all, what is a simile? A simile is when two things are compared using the words like or as. And here are some examples. As sweet as a lollipop. Raw like a tiger. So it's comparing the sweetness to the lollipop. It's comparing the raw to the tiger. Now, some simile examples. I've got my laptop here, so I'm going to read them out for you. So if I'm looking to the corner, that's why. The clouds were as fluffy as candy floss. Her hair was golden like the sun. As playful as a puppy. He swam like a dolphin. The sun was as hot as a volcano. Have a think if you have done any similes in your writing recently, or maybe you've done this in class with your own teacher. Now, what I want you guys to do is, I've got some similes here that I'm going to read out. I want you to finish off the similes how you think it would be interesting. So you could do this by writing it down, or you could just say them out loud. So, first one. She was as tall as... So either write down or say out loud how you think you would finish that simile. He was hungry like... Ooh, I can think of lots of things. He was hungry like a pig. He was hungry like a tiger. Her cheeks are red as... Ooh, what things are red? Maybe it could be her cheeks are as red as a rose. Her cheeks are as red as... Ooh, a hibiscus flower. There are lots of things we could think of. The weather was as cold as... Now, it's a bit tricky to think of right now because I'm actually quite warm, but what things are cold as well? The weather was as cold as ice cream. The weather was as cold as a snowflake. The weather was as cold as an igloo. There are lots of things. The kids were as brave as... Now, I want you guys to finish that off because I'm sure there's been a time in your life when you or you and your friends or you and your siblings have had to be really brave. So you could think of what you were really brave as. Okay, now we have a picture here. It seems to have lots of sharks swimming around in the ocean. Probably not a situation that I personally would like to be in, but I know that some people might like that. What I want you guys to do is write as many similes as you can about this picture. You could write about the sharks, you could write about the ocean, you could write about the color of the ocean, maybe you could write about as if you were swimming in the ocean. You can go back in the video to see some of the other examples of similes, or maybe you've written some down already. You can pause the video here and then you can practice and write some similes of your own. Okay, so I wish I could hear some of your similes that you have written about the sharks and the ocean, but unfortunately I can't hear you back through the camera. Maybe if you shout them really, really loudly, I'll be able to hear them. I think I heard some. They were pretty good. Now, we've got some other pictures here. This one here is some boys and girls playing. In New Zealand we call it soccer, but I know in the UK we call it football. So you're playing soccer or football, and there are lots of things that you could talk about in this. So I want you to pause the video here and see if you can come up with some more similes about this picture. Alright, so first of all, I shared some examples. Secondly, we finished off the sentences and the similes together. Then you guys had some practice writing some similes about 2 pictures. And lastly, this is going to be the most creative one. I want you to look out your windows. No matter what you can see out your windows, I want you to write some similes about what you can see. Maybe you can see some trees, some other houses, maybe you can see a park, maybe you can see cars driving past. We're all going to have very interesting things out our windows, and if there isn't anything interesting, you can make it interesting with some similes. So I want you to fill up a whole page making similes about what you can see out your window. Now, I want you to remember that I've got other videos out already, and I've got other videos coming out as well that can help you with your learning from home or your distance learning. I'm here to help, and I hope that these are interesting for you guys. I'll see you soon.